So tonight, I'm going to encourage you guys to interact. I'm going to encourage you guys to share. I'm going to encourage you all to have your paper and your pencil out because I am opening my ass up to the goddess tonight. Let's see what she has in mind. Um, sometimes I have a plan. This is all we got for a plan tonight. Do you see this? This is it. You know, this is one of those dark goddess take the wheel shit. So we're always surprised what she has to share. I know what I want to say tonight, but I know there's so much more she needs to say. So we're going to cover Feral. We're going to start around 7. Is anybody brand new here tonight? Never done one of these before? Welcome. We won't eat you all at once. If you love any men, you should probably get them out of the room. I may get a little raunchy tonight. Just saying. You can't give any promises. Someone wrote me the other day and she said her husband was appalled that he never heard a lady speak like that. Oops. Oh. So if any of you have been with me since Bloom, I have a bottle of my Unbound oil that I save for spirit writing. And if you saw when I started, I opened my eye with this and took it to the base of my neck. So I'm open. Let's do this. What do you think? It's been a pretty good week this week. Like we're eyeing up a hurricane down in the Keys and up through Cuba, but other than that, the shit show has been kept to a minimum. What do you think? You're all so quiet tonight. You guys can feel free to unmute yourselves when we start in the beginning. I have no problems with that. If you want to talk, say anything, I'm cool with that.
Hi, Sissy.
Barbara. Does anybody ever say your name like that? My husband would say your name like that. Barbara. Okay. Everybody seems to do the 7 to 7:05 entry area is the window we look at. Do we have any West Coasters here tonight? I know a lot of you primarily fill the East Coast window in the Central time zone, but I don't get a lot of West Coast ladies. They usually catch the replay because I'm hitting their rush hour traffic time coming home, like 4 there. So
Just Michigan.
Oh, Michigan's beautiful.
It's
nice.
nice right now.
That's what they advertise. That's what they advertise us in Pennsylvania. That Michigan is beautiful.
It also has all the seasons in one day. So
we have that in Pennsylvania as well.
Yeah.
I'm in Washington, so yeah, Spokane's like that too.
Yeah, it's definitely been a summer for the seasonal amazement of fuckery, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so hot outside. It's like that TikTok. The devil farted in your face when you walk outside. It's like, oh, yeah. Like what is going on?
It's unbearable.
It's gross. And Pennsylvania has that added hit of humidity, so your boobs sweat too. That's just like a bonus.
I'm in Maine.
You're in Maine? Is it humid up there?
It's 90 degrees with 80% humidity.
That's bullshit. That's just straight up bullshit. No. My husband and I want to retire there. Now you're making me rethink Maine. I want to go somewhere it's cold all the time.
It was so hot in Washington. Go ahead.
I can always put more clothes on. I can't take them off. I mean, you've seen the body pics. Like I could put more clothes on. Nakedness. You want to lose your eyesight? Go ahead. Take a gander. That's your choice, not mine. So let's get started without further ado. If you guys want to mute your mics and there'll be time to interact. I promise. So let's just start by saying the word feral has had a negative connotation for the longest time. And I love when people say you're a feral housewife. Okay. So that would indicate that there is a domesticated housewife. Okay, cool. She's domesticated. She does what she's told. She pulls her hair back. She gets the drink ready. She is the abidance of perfection to her partner. I don't know if many of you are a domesticated housewife, but I assign myself the title of feral. I am a feral marriage partner. So even to the point that when my husband asks questions, sometimes I hiss at him. There are nights he'll come home, ask me something, I'll just turn around and be like, and walk away, because that's the only thing I can manage at that point. So owning yourself, owning your spirit is a sensory exercise. So when I say feral witchery, I am talking of whether you are an elemental, spirit-driven witch, or you are a textbook informational witch. Do you get the distinguish of what I'm saying right now? There is two ways that you can approach your craft. So you can come in with massive amounts of information. I mean, you see the book stacks behind me. I assure you, books came later than my craft. I assure you. Okay. So I didn't read shit about Hecate till I heard her voice. I didn't learn shit about pendulums till I saw a pendulum. I'm very much sensory driven. So I see the magic. I want the magic. I learn the magic. That's how I operate. So in essence, I am a feral witch. I am 99% perspiration, 1% education. So I live, breathe, eat, sleep my craft. I am very blessed that I can do that. There is a lot of muggle struggles that I deal with, but as time went on, I turned them into my lifestyle rather than I don't witch to live, I live to witch. And as I've learned to take life as it comes at me, I've have a very, it is what it is mentality. Do I have stress? Do I have things that push me over the limit? Yes. I mean, one of my favorite phrases to say with my friends is, I am so nervous about this, my asshole's puckering. Okay. So I do get anxiety and it does control me at times. But in the end, it is what it is. It will be what the universal intention for it to be will be. I can push all my will at something to make it be what I want it to become. But in the end, it will be what the universal will wants it to be. I don't use one deity. I don't put all my faith on the big guy in a basket. That's not who I am. I never was able to see that way of living. I was never able to let go and let God. It wasn't something I could do. I didn't think this man really cared enough about me when there were 50 billion people in the world. What the fuck did I matter to him? Okay. And I sat in this situation where I went, okay, so if I'm doing things to back up what I want in life, it's more than likely they will become. Just like if I sit here and go, oh, this is going to turn to shit. This is never going to work out. I'm never going to be able to do it. It's going to turn to shit and I'm not going to be able to do it. Okay. So is the what you put out, what you get back a great way to deal with things? Absolutely. But is bad shit going to happen to you? Absolutely. So if you think you're going to go through witchcraft and you're going to be like, I am a millionaire. Like, I love manifesting spell work on Instagram and Etsy and all these people on Facebook. Buy my abundance candle. What? How is your want for me to have abundance going to make that happen? How about I teach you how to make your own goddamn candle? You stand in the front of the goddess and say, this is what I want. This is how I'm going to do it. And this is the way it's going to be. I wrote a book. I sent it out to 57 emails. 57 emails. 35 came back like that. This is not what we're looking for. This is not the time. This isn't well enough written. I got them all back. And I just kept lighting my candle going, I just need one. I just need one person to see my vision. I just need one person to see my vision. I was down on my face on the ground going, one fucking person. I got 4 people that saw my vision. If you think everybody's got to agree with you, fuck that shit. You need one integral person to see you for who you are. And that person is yourself. So when I say the witch, that is me. That is how I express my feral view of witchcraft. You guys saw me in ritual. You saw the hub ritual. You saw what I do. Is that polished? Is that sage goddess? Fuck no, it's not. I'm a mess. But that's how I do my magic. I wouldn't tell any one of you to do it the same way. How much of a tard would you think I look like if you came into a witch circle with me and I got 1 foot in a bucket and 1 foot on the ground? You'd be like, what is wrong with this person? She is slightly unwell. That's what works for me. In my mind, that's how I get every element into me at the same time. I thought it was pretty brilliant the first time I did it. I'm like, wow, that worked really well. It was an accident, let me tell you that much. I was stepping up, put my foot in the water, and I'm like, oh, this works. And I rolled with it, okay? So when you're doing your craft, let's get you back to that feral level. I want you all to close your eyes, and I want you to think of your first memory of feeling the goddess, okay? Your first memory of feeling her embrace. Where were you? What did it feel like? How did her touch feel? What did you smell? These are all sensory memories. You are a spiritual being. You are of the elements. You are of your spirit, and you have to figure out how to get those elements to come in and build sensory memories for you. These aren't goals. These aren't hashtag witch goals. These are fucking goals to feel your magic. Everybody tells me, I want to feel more magic. I want to feel more magic. I want to be more magic. I want to do more magic. I'll tell you, the most magical I feel is when I stand in the shower with my coffee chocolate dirt scrub and I'm rubbing from head to toe. And there's the whole bottom of my shower looks like the garden exploded. And I have dirt in my hair and in my fingernails. And I just feel that I'm an earth sign. So I feel that earth element coming through my skin and coming into my body. And I smell sulfur when I do that. There's no sulfur in my body scrub, but that's my sensory memory of my descent from the lowest point I had. Because I spent 6 hours beside a cauldron smelling fire and crying and throwing up to get it all out. You want to get feral? You need to purge this false confidence you have in your craft. When you feel the most inept, you are most magical. When you are going with what is in the center of your gut, you are most magical. People tell me it all the time. I feel most alive and in my craft when I'm lighting a candle and throwing herbs in a pot and doing what feels right to me. If that's where your magic is, why are you fucking denying it? Stop doing your magic so it looks good to other people. Thank you and fuck them, okay? People write great books. There are 1,000 authors that write fantastic books. You know, each one of you have a book of shadows. Each one of you have a journal. You wrote a fantastic book. It's a book all about you. It's a book all about your feelings, your emotions, your beliefs, what drives you, what you want to be. It's a great book. Have you ever gone back and read it? You really owe it to yourself to go back to the beginning of your craft and see how far you've come. Because beginner witch you, new witch you is like, it's okay, honey. You'll learn you don't really need to do all that. It's all right. Come on. We'll do this. You don't need to suffer about where that part of your house is, the west, the east, the north. Let's put that fucking altar up, girl. Come on. Come on. And when I have you write a letter to your 13-year-old self, I'm having you write a letter to the inner you that was hopeful and believed in herself and didn't constantly go, well, if I was skinnier, I could well wear this, or if I was more successful, I would have that car. I married better, I would live in a better neighborhood, or if I waited to have kids, things would be better. Well, guess what? Coulda, shoulda, woulda, shit the bed. Because you can't go back, you can't fucking change it. So can we please grab life by the balls where we currently are and make the best of it? That'd be great. Yeah. Okay? You want to get feral, you got to be fucking honest. You want to be fucking honest, you got to be fucking vulnerable. You want to be vulnerable, you better be ready to throw up. Because some of the decisions you made are going to make you fucking sick. Because there's no reason that you have been treating yourself so poorly all along. How many of you will pass up something magical in your day to do something mundane for someone else? We all will. We've been conditioned to sacrifice. Our bodies are made for it. We sacrifice our comfort to bring forth life. We sacrifice our comfort to raise families. We sacrifice ourselves to have spouses. There's something that your spouse doesn't love you just the way you are for. Okay? We all have that. There's something just the way you are that your friends look at you and go, oh, I wish that shit could just change. She'd be perfect if that was changed. Okay? Well, guess what? You're not going to fucking change. If you're 40 plus, you're not fucking changing. Okay? You are who you are, little cheetah, and those are your spots. Okay? So get the fuck over it. Can you improve on your faults? Yes. But are you going to totally change? No, you're not going to totally change. I'm going to always hate to wear bras, but I am going to always wear bras. I'm going to always hate to wear granny panties, but I'm always going to wear granny panties. Okay? They are my granny panties. They are comfortable and I don't fucking care. I have friends who are like, oh, I wear a thong. I'm like, well, I don't need butt floss. Okay? There's no credit card going through that ass crack. I don't need anything approved. Okay? So I have come to the point in my life, I am wearing ugly bras, ugly underwear, and comfortable fucking clothes. Are you there with me? Can I get a hallelujah? Because, you know, that's where we get, okay? I have a husband who looks at me and goes, you know, we're not poor. You can go buy clothing. And I go, but I don't want to go shopping. He's like, why? I said, because I'd rather have a book. I have priorities, okay? If you are going to the retreat with me in October, you're going to see some of the nicest clothes I've ever had because I actually bought clothes for the retreat. So these are things that you know you are, okay? So let's say we sit there and you're looking at your life. Now, I asked my mentor students to take this magical inventory when I give it to them, okay? They go through this magical inventory in a couple different workshops. I've given you guys the magical inventory to fill out. And this is just a glimpse of what you are, okay? There's so much more than that inventory, but it gives me a glimpse of where you are and what you're doing, all right? But when I look at someone as a whole, the first time I see them, I try to see them through the eyes they want me to see them through. Because when you meet with someone the first time, you're projecting to them what you want them to think of you. The first video you saw of me on the Lunar Hearth Cauldron, I guarantee was not all the same. You guys all came in at a different time. You all caught me at a different time. And you all saw a different version of Sissy. But Sissy's always crass. Sissy's always cussing like a sailor. Sissy's always fucking blunt. Believe me, I'm the person that comes into the group call and everybody goes, well, don't tell her anything you don't really want to know the truth about because that bitch is honest. It's what it is. Okay? But at the same time, I try to see the potential in everyone. Everyone has a special spot they belong. Everyone has an integral thing to give to the circle. You are all important, or the goddess wouldn't have brought you here. And there are so many more women that are not here that are important to the goddess. Okay? They might be sitting in churches right now for all we know. You know, we may have not converted them yet. We're working on it. One girl at a time, bringing her to paganism. But this is the way this works. If I can get you to see yourself as an Eve, a Lilith, a Hecate, a Diana, a Hera, an Artemis, I can't believe I'm about to say this, a Kali, then you are going to embody the wonderful traits these goddess figures have for you. The goddesses are role models. Whether you believe they really existed or not, this is an archetype, a role model for you to hold. This is for you to take your feral, feminine, fucking tired of everything self and be who you are. This isn't for me to tell you what kind of goddess you need to be. This isn't for your husband, your wife, your spouse, your partner, your children, your family to tell you what you are. This is for you to be who you are. So if you're going to get feral, you need to digress back and find that sacred love for yourself. You have to love yourself without abandon. You have to be comfortable in your hoo-ha power, okay? You see this? This is where we all came out of. Do you understand? We all came from here. I mean, some of us came from here, which was like the big hole they cut in our moms and ripped us out. But we all originated here, okay? We're all womb babies. The exception of like a couple kids that were test tube babies. Most of us are womb babies, okay? And you were created in this cocoon of protection. Even if you didn't have a good mom, there was a womb there for you to grow. Okay, so the goddess was like, oh, you have a sucky mom, but here's a good womb for you to start in, okay? Sorry about your mom card, but this is the best I can do for you. I'm going to make sure you're fed, watered, and safe till you get the fuck out in the world, okay? So are you still creating that sacred circle around yourself? Are you setting your boundaries? Are you keeping yourself sacred? Are you making sure you're drinking your water and minding your own fucking business? You know, we all have that umbilical cord to the universe, and we can choose what we siphon out of there now that we're adults. We don't have to drink all the bullshit the world wants to give us. You are completely free at any time to say, no, thank you. That's enough bullshit for me today. Goodbye, social media. Goodbye, phone. Goodbye, television. Goodbye, everything else. I'm going outside to stand in the dirt, like stand by the moon and fucking howl. You have to find your primal energy. And that is the key source. You need to find that womb space where you feel comfortable. That's your sacred space, your altar, your practice. What are the things that bring you peace? Some women, their family brings them peace. Some people, their kitchen brings them peace. I find peace walking through the orchard, eating peaches right off the tree. I find my peace there. It involves food. I'm fat and I like to eat. So that's my peaceful place. Okay. So I walk through the orchard. I see the deer. I grab a peach and I'll just sit down on the ground. And if I'm real silent, they'll come near. They won't come too close, but they'll come close enough. And I find that's my reboot. And so many of us are unwilling to womb ourselves back up again and rebirth ourselves. And if you don't rebirth yourself, you don't rededicate yourself, you don't decide what's fucking important to you in your world, you will continue to do everything everyone else's way. It is okay to say no. It is okay to say, nope, not going to do that class. Nope, not going to do that prompt. Nope, not going to do that. That's not in my journey today. Embrace that saying. That's just not in my journey today. There's some days that washing my hair is not in my journey today. It's just too much fucking effort. There are days that's okay. But there are also days that you need to boss up. Get your fucking ass up and make it count. And when you have too many days that this isn't worth it anymore and there's not enough boss up moments, what are you doing? Because so many of us are still surviving instead of thriving. Your magic will come easily when you access this sweet spot. And so many people are in covens and so many people are in polished programs. And I commend them for being able to do that. I commend them for being able to keep up with the structure, keep up with the circles, keep up with all the bullshit. That's not important to me. So many people write me, I'm like, oh, I'm behind on my journaling. I'm like, yeah, okay. Who are you behind for? Last time I checked, I didn't give you a syllabus and I'm not checking your work to make sure you're doing it. This is you, okay? You are personally accountable for your craft. End of story. I am here to help, but I am not here to go, you're not doing it. You're a loser. No. Shit fucking happens, okay? On a daily. There are days you're not going to get there. But if your intention is to grow, and your intention is to become stronger, and your intention is to manifest things. I hear people say it all the time. I'm all about the manifesting. Well, then you need to be all about the boundaries. Because you're not going to get shit till you learn what you already have is not working. How can you eat more if your belly's full? How can you live more if your schedule's always full? I love people who write me and go, well, I'm booked here. So where do you have a moment to do anything else? Why do you think the universe is going to give you something else if you can't do all this? You will have moments in your life where the universe will go, stop, wait a minute, I'm going to take all of this. All of this is going to leave. This is all mine. I'm taking it back. Your lease is up. Find something else to do. If you don't take care of your spiritual well-being and your personal boundaries, the universe will take care of them for you. Shit will happen to change your trajectory. And people will say, oh, it's bad luck. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Do you just think sometimes the goddess is sitting in that room with you and it's filling with smoke and she's going, could you just pop a fucking window? I mean, some of you are saging your homes, your home, your house. This is your house, okay? You're saging your house and you ain't opening a fucking window. You're just letting all that shit bounce around in there, full moon to full moon, going, that's okay. I'll get it together next time. That's okay. I got this. I'm okay. And you know, you're not okay. It's like the toddler that's standing there covered in crap going, I'm okay. It's okay. I got this. You're a fucking disaster. And you are too proud to admit you need help. There is no shame in saying, hey, excuse me, I'm over here, Miss Goddess, and I'm fucking lost. I need a map, okay? Like, I don't know what you want. Can you light up the torch a little brighter for me? I'm lost. I can't see you. So you can choose to go through this game blindfolded and go, okay, I'm following you. Or you can take your blindfold off, see where you're going, and go, okay, well, this can't happen now, and this can't happen now, and I've got to move forward. Being feral is being committed to the magic, not the process, not the books, not the purchases, not the bullshit, just the magic. You know, it's like when you get a box of pancake mix and all you got to do is add the water. Treat yourself. Everything is here, okay? Everything is in your box of pancake mix. All we have to do is add water to make beautiful, fluffy, magic pancakes. So you need to find what kind of water you like. Are you tap water, spring water, bottled water, goddess water, deity water? What kind of water do you need? What is going to feed your soul? What is going to make you more you? So being feral is saying fucking it all and doing what feeds your magic. So you all have hobbies, divination practices, groups. Don't tell me, because I know you all got groups on Facebook that you all go to every day to kibitz in and chit-chat in. And they're your people, okay? They're your people. And that's awesome. Are those things feeding you, or are those things feeding from you? You realize social media can feed from you. It cannot just energize you. It can suck you dry. People with negative attitudes, people that are always like, oh, fuck this, fuck that. I don't need this. You can't do this. You can't do that. Those people are not healthy if you're pursuing a feral witchcraft practice. If you are pursuing just magic, you know, like the little Nike swoosh, just magic. If that's what you're pursuing, you don't have time for bullshit. You don't have time for, oh my God, that's a close practice. Oh my God, you can't do that. Oh my God, you got to cast a circle. What the fuck does it matter? Are they at home with you in your personal space doing your fucking magic with you? Nope. Do they even know where you live? Do they have a geographical idea where you fucking live? Nope. They are some fucking armchair quarterback who's sitting there being fucking, what's his name on fucking Hogwarts? The headman, Dumbledore. They're being the fucking Dumbledore Facebook. No, you can't do that. They're the fucking McGonagall on Dumbledore. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. They're fictional fucking characters. Half of these people that are teaching magic know nothing about fucking magic. If a group is 99% cut and paste, get the fuck out of there. You don't need that bullshit. Those are not people you need in your magic. Believe me, we've all been there. We've all sat in the cut and paste group. You're like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, you just sit there and you're like, what the fuck? You're like, what are these people doing? And as someone, I'm the number one fucking component of this. Like, there's days I'm on Facebook constantly, like working. And then there's days I just disappear. If you don't see magical people that you're following just disappear, when the fuck are they doing their magic? They're talking to you about Sabbats, but they're not fucking practicing them. They're telling you about deities, but they don't fucking know anything about them. Well, this is insane to me. Like, let's get feral here for a second. When's the last time you were outside under the moon with your shoes off of Facebook on a full moon? This is what life's about. This is what your practice is about. It's not about being in a group and doing an online circle during full moon. It's about being outside and doing a fucking online circle. Online with the universe. Get online with the fucking universe and stop getting online with everybody else. A true magical community supports each other, gives them the information they need, and provides ways for you to do it on your own. End of story. Everybody says to me, why are you the way you are? Because I wanted to find a space to do the things that I like to do in a community that I wanted to do it. And I couldn't fucking find it. Couldn't find it anywhere. Not without spending $900 to be members of some fucking priestess organization, or $400 a month to have some woman with multiple fucking degrees telling me how I should do something. Dude, I have a fucking pharmacy degree. I'm a legal drug dealer. That's what I have a degree in. You want to know? That's what I am. You want to know how to do your prescriptions? I'm your girl. You want to know how to mix drugs? I'm your girl. Do you want to know how to worship the goddess? I'm just telling you what I fucking know. Okay? You know, I read a lot of books in college. I learned a lot of shit, but most of the shit I learned was in life crises where I had to find what I needed. So, questions or concerns? You're all quiet and you think I'm insane right now, don't you? That's cool. I'm telling you, your oh shit moments are the moments you will find your faith the strongest. I knew my whole life had changed when a church wasn't even in my plan when I found out I had cancer. Wasn't even what I was looking for. I went to my knees and I said, please get me through this. I will do what you need. Get me through this. Here I sit in front of you teaching classes every Sunday. Why? Because I'm still alive. I came out of stage 3 breast cancer alive. Do you know how fucking rare that is? I was sick, really sick. She did not forsake me. Was it a substitute for care? No, I went and did all the treatments. I went and did everything, but I kept my eyes on the prize. I kept my personal belief system strong. I kept going because I wanted my daughters to see someone who fought with valor. If I died, I wanted my daughters to say I died with pride. Not that I was a coward and waited for it to happen to me. I faced everything in my life the same way. I will fight like a retard, excuse the expression, hey, intellectually disabled individual, for things that make no sense to anyone else because I think they're right. You would not believe the shit I get on the daily in my email. But I'm not going to change my authenticity with people to make other people comfortable. I'm done being everyone's cup of tea. I'm a fucking straight up shot of bourbon.
That's what makes you so amazing. That's what keeps me coming back to you, because even my son was just sitting here just now and went, she sounds just like you when you get mad. I was like, she's not mad.
No,
but that's what makes you amazing, and that's what makes it so easy to be in your group, because you were right. Like I'm in a lot of other groups, and all it is just like posting of saying other people's sayings. It's not a lot of talking or communicating or anything. It's just some lady posting memes and stuff off Pinterest, and I'm like,
Well, listen, every morning I try to find an offensive meme for you guys. I work really hard at it. And I work really hard every day to find an offensive one. Okay. So I work really hard to find these memes every morning.
No, what I'm saying, that's all it is, though. There's nothing else.
I really think it's essential you guys have a place where your input is necessary. And I never discourage anyone from talking in my stuff. Have your conversations, the Alchemy Hearth is a prime example of that. There is little to no administrative intervention in the Alchemy Hearth. Like, you guys talk, that's your circle, that's your space. And that was the intention of that space from the very beginning. Because I get so sick of rules in the witch world. Every group has thousands of rules. And there's always some hierarchy pulling the strings. And I just think it takes what we are to this. Oh, I fucking hate this word. Legislative branch of the craft. Okay. Like, I can't stand it. You know, and I that's not something I am. So if you're looking to be feral and you're looking to be forward, I suggest, and you're going to look at me and go like this. Of course, this is what she suggests. I suggest you use your moon cycles appropriately. You use your purging, you use your sewing, you use your sacred space. I don't care if your sacred space is a card table in the middle of your living room. I don't give a shit what it is. Use it for yourself. I light a candle. I throw a mugwort out every day. I do something sensory related every day with my craft, whether it's cooking, making a spray for my house, something. Even if it's just making a jar of body scrub for myself with the coffee grounds from the morning coffee. My poor husband thinks we're running a trash dump on our kitchen counter half the time because there's dried freaking shells and there's fucking coffee beans and shit laying there, chicken bones drying for spell work. He's always like, what the hell is going on here? And that's really hard for someone who's a big neat freak. It's hard being married to a witch. If you all have husbands that need support groups, perhaps he could start one because he's a living member of this situation, okay? And the term witchy shit is used quite frequently in our home. Are you ever going to move your witchy shit? I built you a fucking hut. Take it to the witch hut. Okay? So this is how this works. So in essence, if we're going to get feral, we have to get to the witch that is you. And the witch that is you is knowing the Sabbats you love, knowing the stones you love, knowing the scents you love, knowing how you want to see yourself magically. Present yourself the way you want to, not the way people want you to. If you're the kind of witch that wants your hair pulled back, your makeup done, and you to be on point, then you do that. You're the kind of witch that's just like, fuck it. My hair's pulled back in a ponytail. There ain't going to be no fucking makeup today. Put some oil on my neck, and that's the way we're rolling today. Then be the witch that's you. But whatever you do, put yourself in your magic. Because as much intensity as you put into your things is how much results you're going to get out. You know, everybody gets sick of me saying journal, 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 journal. The reason you're journaling is to get to know yourself better. Think about it. When you were in high school or you were in middle school, what would you do in class to get to know another kid? You'd pass notes. Your journal is passing notes with yourself. It's passing notes with aspects of yourself through time frames. How many of you have journaled on a prompt and been like, oh, fuck, that's a bad memory? Oh, fuck, I never knew I felt this way. How did I not know I felt this way? You're an archaeologist of your emotions when you journal. You know, and we all go back in time, and I love the saying where people say, what did you want to be when you were 6 years old? I wanted to be a paleontologist is what I wanted to be. My husband and I just had this discussion yesterday. We were watching something on Discovery Channel. I said, I wanted to be a dinosaur hunter when I was little. He goes, well, you would have had a really lame job because all the dinosaurs were dead. And I said, asshole. I said, you know, like a paleontologist. He goes, so you wanted to look for bones, huh? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, you're a boner doctor now. I'm like, that is inappropriate. And he goes, no, it was funny. But if you think about it, I kind of am an archaeologist. I kind of help people look deep inside and find that missing treasure that's been there all along. When you find your craft, you're going to feel like you found the Ark of the Covenant. That's where all your power's stored. That's where all your grace is stored. That's where all the magnificent shit that makes you you is at. And I'm going to give you the secret to finding it. Have a total mental fucking breakdown. Release everything that you think is important. Release everything that you want people to think of you. Release everything of the preconceived notions that you need the world to believe of you, and just be who the fuck you are. Everyone will think you're insane for probably a month. They will look at you like, what the hell is going on with her? You will come out the other side the woman you are. This is not for the weak of heart. Being a feral witch is not for the weak of heart. If you are worried about what everybody around you is going to think of you, I suggest you exit the program now. You put your gas mask on and you jump. Okay? Save yourself while you can, because if you go down this hole, you are not coming back the same woman. And I don't say girl. We're not little girls anymore. Little girls don't even think about this shit. Girls don't even, this shit doesn't even occur to little girls. I like boys. They're so cute. I want to be rich when I grow up. And I want to have a big house. That's what little girls think. Women are like, I want a consistent man in my life. And I want him to say stuff like, you're amazing. And we're like, oh, that's hot. And I want to see him change diapers and wash dishes and run the vacuum. That is hot. That's hot. Those are the things we're looking for, okay? Consistency and effort, motherfucker. That's what turns me on, okay? So our goals change as we become women. I want him to get on all 8,000 nerves of my clitoris rather than my mind, okay? Don't do this shit to me. Just be who you are. Those are my goals in a relationship. I want him to be authentically him, and I can be authentically me. Because if we are not that, it doesn't work. So I don't care if you're married to a man, or I don't care if you're married to a woman. If you two cannot be who you fucking are, it's not going to work. The same thing is true in your friendships and your circles and your magic. If you're not fucking who you are, nobody wants to fucking be around you. You're an asshole. Sorry, public service announcement. I tell my husband at least 3 times a day, you're such a fucking dick. And I walk away. And he looks at me and goes, I love you too. Because that's authentically me. I'm not going to sit there and have a fight with someone who apparently knows he's fucking right all the time. Just like you come to me as a mentor student and you're like, well, I don't need a journal. But I'm like, good luck with you. Let me know how that fucking works out for you. Have a great day. And we'll be done. I'm not going to force you to be something you don't want to fucking be. In every relationship, you've got to give 100% and the other person's got to give 100%, or it doesn't work. 50-50s for fucking failure. 50-50s is how you split a kid. 50-50s is how you pay a fucking check at a restaurant, not how you run important life-making goals and relationships. If you're not into something, get the fuck out. End of story. You want to know my feral take on life? There's my feral take on life. I will never eat one bite of cake. Fuck that shit. I will eat the whole piece. If I'm going in, I'm going all the way in. It's the fucking way it is, dude. If I'm drinking one glass of wine, I'm finishing that fucking bottle. Fuck this shit. No survivors, no man left behind. I'm taking that whole bottle with me. Fuck this shit, okay? So start living your life like a fucking god. Eat, drink, have sex, do your magic. Fucking live it up. No one should settle for subpar magic or subpar sex. Fuck that shit. It's not worth it. If you are with someone who doesn't get it done, do it for yourself and make them watch. End of story. You want me to be honest with you? That's how I feel. If you are not a feral woman that you're willing to take everything into your own hands to pursue your happiness, what are you doing? Did you think you were going to come into this feral talk and I'm going to be like, oh, it's so nice being a witch? No, that's not what we're here for. You knew it was going to have sex involved. Some of you are so afraid of your vaginas, they terrify you. You won't look at them. You won't even imagine they're there. Oh, let's not talk about that. That's not there. That's there. That's what makes you you. Can you imagine if that thing roared? Roar! Every time it saw what it wanted? Roar! Seriously, think about this. If you lived come on, this is what they say men are, controlled by their penises, right? Can you imagine if our vagina roared every time we saw a man that we found attractive or a woman? Dude, I would sound like a V8 Hemi in the driveway. Roar, roar, roar. Okay? So think about this shit. What are you doing? You hold yourself back. You control yourself so hard. You put all these boundaries on yourself. It's bad enough I could only have sex with him for the rest of my life. I didn't know that there were this many men out there. I'm like, whoa. I need to stay off TikTok because I'm like, oh my God, what the hell? Okay. So I have this husband and he is like the whole focal point of my life, which is awesome. And I love him, whatever. But can you imagine if every time I was at the fucking Chuck E. Cheese and there's a daddy going, honey, do you need some help? Can I wipe your face? My kitty would be going, wow, because that's hot. Okay. That right there, that's hot. You want to see something sexy to me? Oh, tell me you're someone who works on your needs. Oh, baby, you're hot. You are fucking smoking hot. Tell me you told someone no for your own betterment. Whew, that's got me warm. That's amazing. You need to desire your own happiness, your own fulfillment, just like you desire a sex partner. You need to start loving yourself, embracing your womanhood, embracing your urges, like you're never going to get a chance at them again. Do you think cave women would have passed up an opportunity to mate or eat or touch things they could put their hands on? No fear. Okay, think about this. No fear. What if you did your magic for 30 days with no fear? No fear of, I don't want to mess this up. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to do it. Just fucking do it. Just be feral for 30 days. Just give it a shot. Fuck that. Feral for 7 days. Can you do it for 7? I want you to do it for 7. I don't want you to go up to men in the grocery store and growl at them, though, because then I'll have to come bail you out of jail. But you can think in your head when you see them and walk away, okay? But just think about this. If we handled ourselves on primal urges, a lot of people would be dead. Okay, so let's not do that. But how much would you manifest if you weren't thinking about why you don't deserve it? How much would you gain if you weren't thinking about, well, what's the consequence? And it's coming that season where our kids go back to school, activities start up again, families become busy, and how many of you, your needs will just fall to the wayside? Because I need to report to mom duty. We need to go do all the things. We need to go do the football and the cheerleading and the soccer and the tumbling and all the bullshit. Take a book with you. Put Audible on your fucking phone. Ignore those bitches. They're just judging you anyway. Put your ear pods on and listen to a fucking witch book when you're sitting there at the fucking soccer practice. Wear a black hat. Pull it down over your head and be like, I'm not feeling well. They'll leave you alone. Read your book. Listen to your book on tape. Do something for you while you're doing something for someone else. There's no harm in that. So many of you are like, I can't do that. That would be selfish. Well, I'll tell you what, I sit in the bathroom and I read a book and say I'm pooping. I will tell you that. I admit it. I do it all the time. I will take my book, sit in the bathtub when my daughter knocks the door. I'm like, I'm going to the bathroom, Caroline. I'll be out in a little. I set my timer for 10 minutes on my phone and I read. If I have to hide, I'm going to hide. Okay? You guys have to think about your needs once in a while. We are such a culture of putting everyone ahead of ourselves. If you were going to die tomorrow, would you be happy with all the choices you've made? There's something to be said to live like you're dying. I did it for 3 months. And you know what? I do a lot more of what fucking makes me happy. I do a lot more shit that scares the shit out of me than I've ever done in my life right now. Believe me. Most of the time, I'm stepping forward in fear. I think they call that courage. I call it stupidity, but anyway. You make choices so you can stand in the mirror and say, I tried my best. I did the best I could. I put all of it out there. I didn't quit on myself halfway through. I kept going. I think a lot of us are quitting halfway through on ourselves because it's just easier. You're fucking tired. What if just this one time you succeed? I mean, it's a fucking possibility, right? Everybody's always like, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. Well, what if you don't? What if you fly? If everybody in this circle would give support to one another, I bet a lot more women would believe in themselves. There needs to be a lot more than me being the resounding choir of, you can fucking do this. You fucking got this. I may cuss and I may cry and I may bitch the whole way through, but I fucking got this. I will do it. Don't know how, don't know where it's coming from, but I will do it. So, what do you all think? Do you have questions? Do you have comments? No ass kissing, Tanya. No more talking about you like me. That's gross. Ugh, none of that. Anybody else? Come on, there are. Go ahead.
I think you're freaking nuts, but I think that's what makes you you.
Oh, I am crazy.
And I love it. I love it. You're the best. On this paganism subject, I'll just put it like that I've found that's real and not follow these rules or pay this, or you can't do that to be part of this, or there's so many, you were right. There's so many restrictions. And I'm like, okay, it makes me confused. I'm like, that's not how I feel it's supposed to be or should be, or.
Well, I don't think when all the old gods got together, they went, there shall be 5,000 rules of how you will handle the magic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it fucking worked. But, you know, I could be wrong. I wasn't there. I mean, I try to do those past life regressions. I don't really think I want to know what I was in a former life. I was probably like some dictator or something, but you never know. I just want everyone to feel like it's okay to be the magic you are. That's fine. That's acceptable. You shouldn't worry about what other people think of you. And like I said, if you're in other groups where things are being difficult, don't be there. Yes, Christina.
Oops, I was muted. Sorry. I get it. I mean, I've been putting myself on hold since what, December?
Mm-hmm.
You know, things are sort of starting to get back to where once we get moved, after we get 5 steps ahead of ourselves, I can actually put that effort into myself. But I'm currently sitting on the bathroom floor with my daughter in the bathtub, if that gives you any perspective of life. Just
And
because
but are
I
you
needed the laugh.
good? But are you good? Yeah.
Actually, other than my ass falling asleep, yeah.
There's
Because
there's no excuse why you can't jump in, mute your camera, and watch a Zoom. You know, those
Exactly.
are things you can do even when you have the opportunity to turn your camera off. How many of you have your cameras off right now? It's okay. However you get fed is okay. You know, and I have all these people who are writing right now to be an apprentice, and they're like, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if it's something I can do. Why? We all had to start somewhere. We all learn from different aspects. I might not be the teacher for you, but you will find the teacher for you. And that's awesome. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. There's a lot of people that really don't like me.
I think you're hilarious.
They think I'm vulgar, and that's okay, whatever. But I don't think the vocabulary you use affects your magic. I think the lack of dedication you show reflects your magic. That's the scary part. So if you guys don't have any questions or any other concerns, I guess we're done, huh?
Do you have like a qualification guideline on the apprentice thing, or you know, is that posted somewhere?
Look at the application that I have up. It has a witch hat and it has everything on it. And then you write the email you feel led to write.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Now, are you looking at rejoining everything up in the fall, or are you just like picking up where we leave off? Does that make sense?
I know what you're talking about.
Like, words are not happening today.
So my intentions for the next months going to Samhain are to run the boot camp in the hub. The Parchment Witch will still get things in there. There will be Samhain activities that are up. There's going to be classes that are taught. I've done a lot of time and research on sigil witchcraft. We did have one sigil witchcraft, and I wasn't real happy with that. So I pursued another avenue and did that. The Dark Goddess is going to be my focus come November. So it is Hecate's month, and I will focus deep on her. And there is a class that's being offered in that time frame. But the Hecate class is a free opportunity to learn, because I feel as someone who follows her, I have an obligation to educate on her in an easy way for everyone to understand. Hecate information is very overwhelming. It's very Greek. It's very ancient. It's very old, and it's very over spoken. So everybody takes it to a level that's just really hard to understand. And I would really like to focus in November and December on getting everyone ready for manifesting. Now, our new year starts in November as pagan witches, okay? But the secular world uses January, okay? So here's what I've decided. We are going to do our prompting in November and December here in the Cauldron. But we're going to get you ready for January with the muggles. Okay. So we all have to live in this muggle mentality of the January New Year start. So let's take this fluff time we have, the celebration, Haggy being comfortable, which is Yule, and this November. Really, we have Witch Thanksgiving right now at Mabon. And then we go to our celebration of moving on in December. Okay. So let's take this dormant time. This is when you're supposed to be dormant and focusing and nurturing yourself and caring for yourself, to actually care for yourself and plan out your moon cycles for the coming year. Plan out your goals for the coming year. Plan out what you're going to be focusing on. Okay. So we're going to attack 2022. Oh my God, 2022. What the hell? Attack this in a productive, proactive way. We're going to stop letting things happen to us and be like, oh my God, there's a Sabbath coming. And we're going to be like, oh, there's a Sabbath coming and I'm ready. Okay. You're going to know what it's about. You're going to know how to use it. You're going to know how to pull it through your magic. This whole focus is on learning how to make your craft livable. This should not be an overbearing task for you. It should be secondhand nature. Oh, so I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and it's going to make sense because I'm going to do this, and that's how we're going to do it. I want to make witchcraft feasible, easy, and livable because there's so much emphasis on making it so difficult. Let's just make it easy. And let's bring it into our lives that it's usable. How many of you have bought programs, took classes? You look at the shit you printed out and you're like, I will never use this bullshit. This is something I will never touch again. I will never use it. I want to remove that bullshit from your witch life and make it easier. That's my goal. I want you to know who you are. I want you to be feral. I want you to be in control of the witch that is you. Our goal till we get you to Samhain is so you will know the witch that is you. That's my goal. So in short and sweet, that's where we're going. If you are not aboard the lunatic train, best of luck. I hope to see you along the way. But for those of you going with, get your pointy hats and your cauldrons. It's going to be a ride. So thank you all for coming tonight, and I will see you all soon, and have a great night.
Night.
Night.